Hey everybody, this is Limited KRGN and we're doing another cool review this week. So as you guys can tell, this is not a brand new figure. Right away, you guys can clearly see that by the box itself. That's the box it came with shipping when I ordered this. Now this is pre-owned, again, you can clearly tell. But this is a PW Toys 1/12 scale, and this is from the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. So again, you guys are curious about how the box looks. The actual box that it comes with when you buy this, you'll see that right now, and it looks really cool. It has kind of like the helmet design, kind of makes you think, is this like a pilot figure for a jet plane or something? And I think they purposely did that because this is I could be wrong, but I think this is a third company and third party company that don't have the rights to sell the Marvel figures or anything from the Marvel movie line or anything like that in general. So they have to kind of figure out how to capture the character, but not really pop it out for like company to say, hey, this is one of ours. So PW Toys 1/12 scales is a line that has been out for a while, but for me, I found out about them less than a year ago because I did see photos of the Vulture that looks so cool, but then I saw the price and I'm like, yeah, so I kind of brushed it to the side. And of course, one of the reasons I have this store right now with me is because I got it for a really good deal and I'm very excited. It's pre-owned and nothing's damaged or anything like that, but yeah. So the only thing I think it's missing is a little magnet that comes with it to trigger the lights, but I can easily get any magnet to trigger that. But and I think the original information how to change the battery was not in it, but I kind of figured out how to change the batteries on some of the parts, not all the parts, but yeah, we'll put that aside. So PW Toys, it seems like they do other stuff from Spider-Man universe, from the early 2000s Spider-Man with Green Goblin and Doc Octopus, and also later on with the second variant of the Spider-Man with the other actor, I forgot his name, and then you see Electro there, and also with actually I also seen they have the mask that's really cool looking there. But yeah, so that's what I seen, what people they're selling pre-orders right now, what are selling, and some of the stuff that's coming out soon this year or next year. So let's open this baby up and get a better look inside, how all the accessories it comes with, so you guys can get a better look. So the first thing I want to show you guys is his stand, and his stand actually shows the Vulture, and he's using an alien tech weapon as the kind of like a cutting device that you do see towards the end of the movie when the whole thing goes wrong and then the ship that's carrying all these people on the sea gets cut in half because of Peter Parker. But it's a cool scene, and it's a really cool how they capture it, and it's kind of like a texture that's soft. And then there's actually a little bit, looks like a little weight right here, and that's to make it so it can be balanced when you have it. So there's some weight to it, so when the figure's up, it struggles to tip over, and that's kind of cool how they added that right there. And then to top it off, the actual part that you can put the figure in is actually metal, and it bends, and that's really cool. That's cool, and that's also give it more weight, I guess, to also make it come, stay down. And then this part actually opens up, and it has like a, so it goes back in, so it opens and closes. All of this is die-cast metal. I do really think that's really cool. And then let me just put it in for you guys. Can you guys see how it looks? Sorry for that. Just want to hurry up. Hurry up. Here we go. And there. That's cool. And it's pretty solid. I do like that, because there's weight to this. This is all, like I said, die-cast metal, and this part, this is plastic, but again, you could clearly tell there's like a metal piece here to give it weight as well, so it's at least stabilized. But yeah, all right, let me show you the other stuff. And this is, oops, sorry guys, this is the Alien Tech build cutter with the crystal. It's not 100% accurate to the movie, and the paint on this is not bad, but it could have been a little bit better. I like to see darkened areas so the copper, and then especially the copper area, will stick out more. And just more scratches, more looks to it. And I think in the movie, sorry about that, because hold on, let me get this part. This is where you can put the battery. It's very, very sensitive. You have to be careful with that. So I'm gonna put this back. In the movie, it has these weird kind of like crystals that spin to focus like as the beam to cut, and it doesn't come with that. So I think I'm gonna have to figure out a way to add that myself. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look for the photos of it and make it more accurate. And I'm definitely gonna weather paint this a little bit more. Just do not actual paint, just weather paint it. Like I said, like put black or like shoe polish, or so the copper can pop out, and then actually silver just for it to be more like it's been battled more. And then just put the weird little crystals. And I can find out just random stuff that I collect from past like model kits and all that. What is it? Build a mash. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong, but that's what he used. You know, if you want to build something. And then it has at least quite amount of hand accessory. Closed fist when he's punching, kind of trigger fists, and then trigger hands, and then open hands, and that's it. And then he has these two pieces that I think in the movie, I honestly thought this was part of like kind of like shockwave design when he can punch someone in a shockwave kind of design. But I actually saw the movie not that long ago, and this is in the movie, the variant one of his suit with the wings. This helped control the wings, if I'm not mistaken. So they added that part. But yeah, that's it. And then the wings themselves. So the wings themselves look really nice. They really did a good job. I'm not like I don't have that like detail like it looks accurate, but man, this looks really cool. I really like the design. Again, I really like the design of this version of his wings. They look really cool. I am gonna weather him a little bit more. I just want to give him like, because I noticed in the movie, the parts are a little bit corroded, a little bit, like a little dirty. Have him a little bit more scratched up a little bit with like a scrape, because he does use this as weapons. These I don't know what, they never explain what they're made of, but they cut through pretty much metal like it's nothing. We're gonna like in a car, it cuts through like it's nothing, like butter. But this thing has a cool amount of you know, articulation. Two pieces right here. Sadly, the wings are one solid piece. This part actually moves. That's really cool, and it spins. Not like really like intensely spins, but it spins. You can actually put a little bit of oil to spin it, so it can be a little bit loose. And this part slides in. But yeah, that's the wing. So now let's get a bit at the figure itself. Alright guys, so now put it like that. His claws are kind of, well, these are loose. I don't know if they're all like that, it's just might because it's pre-owned. So let's get a better look at the figure itself. You guys want to get a better close up, we can do that now, so you guys can get a better look at the figure itself. Always starting with the head scope, like I like to do sometimes, not all the times, leading up to his it's a real kind of material. It makes it, it's supposed to be like a leather jacket that he wears, and then, you know, really cool, really cool. I like the plastic mixed with the fabric. It kind of pops out more, appreciate more. The sweater itself, I feel like it's too clean, and I wonder if I can maybe dirty it a little, because again, in the movie he's already wearing it. It's been years since he became the Vulture, so it's like wear and tear. Oh, like that's why I kind of want to get the vibe from. And in the backpack, now I've seen the backpack. It's not, again, I don't think it's 100% accurate to the movie. I am gonna weather him again, just so it can pop out more and also get scratches as well. And then his pants and his shoes look really cool. I don't think I need to do anything with the boots. The boots look pretty good. I am probably gonna weather the metal die cast a little bit more, just so it could pop out a little bit more, like kind of like a dirt kind of look to it, rustiness a little. The fact that you can actually zip this and then is cool. But I think in the movie he wears a black shirt, not a white shirt, so it makes more sense. So I'm definitely gonna actually dye this black as much as I can, just with the shoe polish. But yeah. Now he doesn't come with a changeable head, or I don't know if it does. I don't think it does, because what I've seen photos of and reviews of, it does not. Or maybe if you order earlier, maybe it does. I'll double check right now. Yeah, so let's test the articulation. Let's see. So he does bend forward. He does move to the side. There's a little bit of, because of these weird connections, and they get click on back on, or maybe I broke it. I don't know. But yeah, they do click back on. Okay. Whew. But I think as a result, because these are click on, they do have some limited, or it's kind of silly that they did that part right there. And they're gonna, especially he does move his arms a lot. He's fighting Spider-Man. Come on. Especially for the price on this. Come on. His head does turn around because all the electric, like the light up LT lights, is all one piece in the center. There's no connection. This tube right here is just for prosthetics, for looks, you could say. So he does go around. He does move forward, backwards. He does. I don't know if he has a bulge on his stomach, connected to his hip, but he does swivel. Maybe he swivels. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like it's kind of a, yeah, it's a ball joint swivel, so that's cool. So he does move forward to an extent, but because of the fabric, it does kind of stop him. Like you can rip it. He does not spread his legs because, again, of the pants, and this doesn't help either. He does bend his legs to a certain extent, but again, they are kind of limited. He does have some ball joint there. He does not have. Does he have ankle privilege? He does not. But he does have bone joints, so there is some, there is some limited to his articulation, the design of his suit, and the material they use, the fabric for this. So there is some, does lack some articulation to an extent. So if you want to, so pretty much if you want more articulation for his arms, you do have to take these ball joints off. But as a result, now they're more like easily movable. They move too much, so now I'm just gonna put it back. That's actually just bothering me now. Yeah, let me put it back down. Turn it like this. If I'm not mistaken, this was like this. You have to hear that clicking sound, and then that clicking sound for this side. There we go. Okay, and that's just it. So now let's actually put the wings, because that's what we all want to see, the wings. Yeah. Alright, so his wings, you have to make sure that they're facing this way with a weird little side kind of design, so you can actually slide them in, and pretty much slide it. It's not that hard, actually. Once you slide it in, right away, when you slide the first one, it looks really freaking cool. I just can see that. I have to keep, my camera doesn't like auto focus. I have to manually do that. Sorry for that. Now, I'll extend it right now in a bit. This wing was kind of hard to open, like move around, so I actually put a little bit of oil so it could be more, loose as right now. And that oil stayed there for a while, but you notice why this one's a little bit more shinier is because of that. But now it's extended, so you can see a better look at it. And look at this. Look at this. Oh, yeah. This looks so cool. So with the wings on, he does have, again, some limited of articulation. His wings can spread forward. Sadly, they cannot close to block him like a shield. That'll be really cool. There's that effect. But there is some limit to his articulation when it comes to the wings. It does suck, especially for the price range. Again, I would tell you the price range on this. But he looks cool spread out. But like again, you would like him to be kind of like posing like a bird up in the building or something, like he's looking for his prey kind of deal, or just looking down, fighting with Spider-Man, something like that. Okay, so you guys want to test the LD lights. Now again, I have not replaced these battery lights. The ones for his backpack are dead. I still have to figure out how to open this without breaking this. I do not have the manual. Just doing them for this one was a pain in the butt, but I did eventually figure it out. And yeah, so let's do that now. So I'm going to you guys close in. You guys can get a better look. And again, I do not have the original magnet that came with, so I improvise, and I got this, and voila! So I think he has two settings. He has once you turn it on, his eyes turn on, and then the other one is flickering, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. There we go. There's the flickering one, and that's really cool. And of course, I'll show you that in the dark in a bit. After this, to turn them off, you just do this again. Whoop, sorry about that, guys. Put this inside right now. Now, you guys want to see what his blast... well, let's trigger the blaster one, too. Now, I think the blaster one also has the same effect. So, let's do that now. And then the crystal lights up. And there it goes, flickering again. And then turn it off. Now, we're going to test that in the dark now. Alright, guys, so let's talk about the good and bad about this figure. How much I got it, where I got it, you know. So I'm going to start with the bad first. This figure, as cool as it looks, it does lack a lot of articulation when it comes to its figure itself and the wings. The wings, I wish these would spread out more, and they do not. They move back and forward, and then they bend, and I wish they also can close, kind of give him a look like a shield, or at least him, you know, being up in a building, up somewhere, looking down, looking for its prey. Another thing is the figure itself, because of the material itself, the fabric material, it does lack articulation to some extent, and also because of the scope of the figure itself. So just keep that in mind. Those are the two main little hiccups I don't like about this figure itself. Now let's talk about the positive. The positive, the prosthetics of the figure itself, the wings look really nice. The weathering paint is not that bad. The figure itself does not look bad at all. They really did a good job. Now, don't get me wrong, it does need a little bit more weathering for my kind of part. The accessories and concepts is really cool. The fact that you can light it up with a little magnet is really cool. Like I said, if you're a fan of Michael Keaton, especially you're a fan of the first variant of the suit itself, it's a really cool figure to have. Now, when it comes to size, this is more like a Marvel Legends line, a little bit thinner, I could say, made from some parts of the body, but it's about Marvel Legends figure size. I do not have a comparison. I put away my Spider-Man my Spider-Man SH figure arts. I definitely need to get a new one. I'd love to get the SH Home, Nowhere to Go Home. In the end, when he has that new suit that's more shiny reflection, I really dig that design. But yeah, so he looks really cool. He does come with a really cool stand, and it's really, it's a good support. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall off or anything like that. And he does look really cool. I'm gonna definitely have him, you know, display with his, you know, with the cutter being gone, and you know, and you guys can see the photos of that now. It's pretty cool, but so now let's actually talk about price, how much and where. So he goes for about at least $125 to $130, $140. I think that's the retail price when you get him, and he still is going for that same price. And for the articulation to be that expensive for the articulation, it's like, ugh, but I kind of see why they have it for that price, because it's an actual it's more realistic. It's really cool. It's not 100% accurate to the movie. But if you're going to pay for that price, they should have really, really tried it done better with the wings articulation and the prosthetics of the figure itself. I wish it was more articulated because of the way the figure itself does lack some articulation. His legs don't spread more. He doesn't. His feet don't bend as a result. And you want to have him in a pose like he's about to grab Spider-Man and take him up in the air. So it does lack some articulation because the way they build it. I think they're fixing that. I think the newer lines coming out maybe updated that, but I could be wrong. But this one was one of their earlier ones. But I wish the wings were more articulated. That would be so cool. Maybe they'll come out with 2.0 version when the wings are more articulated. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But he goes for a pretty expensive price. I got mine for about $65. And I got it through a guy, I guess a person who wanted to sell it. I got it through Macari. Sometimes Macari has really good deals. And yeah, like I said, I wanted to get this, but again, the price on this was pretty high. And finally, I found one for about $65. No original box, but who cares? I'm going to have him up there with my other villains. I have a bunch of I have a collection of a bunch of villains from just different genres, from cartoons to live action movies, all in one area. He's going to be up there with the Iron Mongol. But yeah, I'm happy to have him. I'm a huge fan of Michael Keaton, and I love him as the Vulture. I wish he came out more. I hope he comes out at least one more movie. I don't know, but it will be cool. Definitely cool to see one more time. So I'm happy to have this guy, because I'm a huge fan of this character in general. And I'm also a fan of the movie of when he came out. You know, Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a good movie, especially one of the reasons I really like the movie is because he came out. Don't get me wrong, the character who plays Spider-Man himself is so cool, but I grew up watching Batman. Michael Keaton as Batman, and also I think he came out in that movie Birdman. I still have not seen, and definitely need to see that. And also, you know, Beetlejuice. But I am very happy to have this guy in my collection. If you can find it for a good deal, even cheaper, cool. That's cool, man. Definitely leave a comment if you do, or if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to leave comments in my videos. And like I always say, anywhere to help my channel out. I hope you enjoyed this. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment, anywhere to help my channel out. I really appreciate that. And like I always say, keep on collecting, and adios. Bye.